James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and in today's lesson we're going to show you how to play Jolene by Dolly Parton. Now I've noticed there's already a ton of tutorials out there for this song. Some of them show you exactly how to play it like the recording. So what I want to do in this lesson is show you a simpler way to do the picking. The chords are the same because they're all quite easy. There's just 3 chords, they're all really simple, but it's all in the picking in this tune. So I've come up with a way that really gets the feel of the song, but it lets us keep the same picking pattern the whole time. And if you just want to play along to the tune, we'll also show you a strumming pattern that you can use instead of the fingerpicking stuff. And at the very end of this tape, we're going to show you how to play the intro exactly like it is on the recording. If you need extra help with the chords in this song, you can find all of them in our free ebook, and there's a link down below. It's available on our website. It's free to all of our subscribers, and that contains all the fundamentals of rhythm guitar. So please check it out if you need any extra help. And if you find that you've been enjoying our lessons, I'd really appreciate it if you took the time to support us, and that's as simple as hitting the thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and leaving a comment below. We're going to put our capo on the 4th fret, so just count up 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure it's nice and snug, and then retune your guitar afterwards. We're going to start off on an A minor chord. And for A minor, avoid hitting the lowest string. From there we switch to a C chord, which is a really easy switch. We just have to move one finger. So if these chords are new to you, just take your time switching just that one finger. And then finally we have a G chord. And you can play your G like this, or you can play it like this. They're both fine. We're playing the same notes either way. I find if I'm coming from a C chord, it's easy to just move these 2 fingers like that and make my G chord shape. And now let's figure out the chord order. We're going to start off on A minor. I'll just count us in nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Going to be 4 strums each. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. A minor. G. G again. Then A minor for 4 measures. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. So before moving on, make sure that you can play the chords just like we did, in order, counting along, keeping a nice steady rhythm, just downstrokes only. And once you have the chords out of the way and you've kind of built up that muscle memory, we can move on to the fingerpicking pattern. So that's our pattern on an A minor chord, and I'll do it really slowly. This uses a technique called Travis picking, and the most important thing in this technique is to keep your thumb going. Your thumb is your metronome, and it just alternates these 2 strings on the A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just hitting the 5th string and the 4th string. So just take a moment and just warm up your thumb, just going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do it on a C chord. It's the same thing. And for G, we're going to change to the lowest string and the 4th string. So we're kind of skipping a string there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to add some fingers to that. So back to our A minor chord. We're going to play the very first note with our thumb. And then when we go to play this string, we're also going to pluck the 3rd and 2nd string, just using these 2 fingers, just like that, at the same time as this one. So really simple, just that's it for the first half of the picking pattern. Once again, hit the 5th string, and then these 3 strings all together. And now the second half of the picking pattern is also quite simple. We pluck the 5th string with our thumb, then we play this string, the 3rd string, with our 1st finger, and then we play the 4th string with our thumb. So our thumb is just moving like this the whole time, and we're just adding some fingers to it. Same time, between the 2 thumb strokes. See, it's between them. 3 and 4. And I recommend practicing it really slowly in your own time, and when you're ready, we can practice putting that all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're not too keen on playing a finger picking pattern, we can substitute it out for a strumming rhythm that has the exact same feel. So instead of going, we can just go. So it feels the same, but we're strumming instead of picking strings. And that goes root, down, down, up, down. Once again, root, down, and then down, up, down. When you put it together, root, down, down, up, down. And the root for each chord is the lowest note of the chord. So on the A minor chord, the root is on the 5th string. For C, the root is also on the 5th string. And for G, the root is on the lowest string. So once you've practiced that, you can rewind the tape and you can practice along. Even though we're playing the finger picking pattern, it'll still work along with that play along. So just try it out and make sure that you're getting the right switches at the right time and getting the right feel. And before we move on and learn how to play the intro exactly like it is on the recording, I just want to mention that so far we've been playing the chorus. The verse is very slightly different. It's so slightly different than the chorus. The only difference is, as you're playing it, at this point, we're only going to play A minor for 4 beats. Then we move on to the rest of it. During the chorus, we played it for 8 beats. We did it for 2 measures, but now we're just going to do it for 1 measure, just 4 beats. That's the only difference between the verse and the chorus. So here's the intro played really slowly. So you'll notice we're still doing the Travis picking thing. We're still alternating our thumb, and it's just going to be on those 2 strings the entire time. And that kind of keeps time for us, keeps us in rhythm, which is really good. And we're just going to add a couple little hammer-ons and stuff like that, and it's actually not too difficult when you break it down. So let's learn it in 4 separate parts. So this is just an A minor chord, except we took off our 1st finger, and we're going to play thumb, finger, thumb, finger. just like that. And if you assign these fingers to those two strings, this gets a lot easier. So always play this string, the third string, using your index or first finger, and then always play the B string using your middle finger. So that way you can just think about it like thumb, index, thumb, middle. So that's the first bit. Next we have, and that's really straightforward, just thumb, and then here we play thumb and middle finger at the same time. And this is probably the most difficult part of it, just hammering on to both those notes at once. And those just come out of the A minor shape. This whole thing is based off the A minor shape. So that second part, just picking it with the thumb and middle, hammering on. So far, this is what we have. And this next part is really easy. We're just playing open strings here, and we're gonna go thumb, index, thumb. So that's kind of like the second half of the picking pattern that we used for the entire song. Thumb, index, thumb. And finally, we end it by playing thumb and middle at the same time. We're gonna press down the first fret here, pluck, and then do a pull off. So, and then we finish off thumb, index. So that last part, so when you're putting this all together, I recommend first playing each of the four parts, you know. That's the first part, then the third part, and then the fourth part. And once you're good at each of those on their own, I recommend dividing the whole thing just into two parts. So the first half, you know, get really good at playing that a few times. And then the second half. Once again. And once you're good at playing it in halves, obviously the next step is to put the whole thing together really slowly, slow and steady. And then I would take a metronome, play it at a really slow pace with a metronome a whole bunch of times, and once it felt comfortable, put up the metronome maybe 1, 2, no more than 2 or 4 beats per minute, and then just work up the speed. If you want, you can palm mute it a tiny little bit. I feel that palm muting the lower strings really helps this sound a bit more percussive. And when you're ready, we can practice putting that all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So just work on it nice and slow, gradually speed up, get it up to the tempo of the song, and then put it together with the verse and the chorus, and you have the whole tune. So that's how you play Jolene by Dolly Parton. If you found this lesson was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you took the time to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment. If you need any extra help, don't forget to check out our free ebook. There's a link down below. Other than that, have a good time practicing, and we'll see you next week.